Okay, try and describe this very briefly, but in an understandable way, I hope. So with the Hero Yaesu radio we have there, and you see it has the little RJ45 socket, which is what the microphone's typically using on the ends. So with the diagram we can work out the pin out for it, which is the mic and which is the ground. It's the only two that we need for this operation. And then we can already have the back of the radio just here. This is the audio or speaker out, and that goes, I've got it going into the microphone socket of a sound card before going into the laptop, and all that does is just separates out microphone and audio, and it also leaves another space for another audio for us. So that will go into Zello, and on a Vox function the radio will light Zello up and get it audioed at the same time as the speakers of the laptop will come out into the radio and chime up on RF. So, knowing the pin out there, we can work out, let me put my phone in this clamp. So we can work out the cable, and this cable is just a bit of Ethernet cable from the back of a router, and we cut it. Once we cut it, it will leave you with something like that after you've stripped it out, and then you can use a multimeter to touch on the contact, and on the other end of the cable you can touch the pin to know which colours mean which pins. And then because of the diagram we worked out that it's going to be 3 and 4 we need for the mic and ground. Let's say 3 and 4 over here was brown and blue. Then we would take the other end, brown and blue only, cut the rest back in a angled cut so that they're not going to short each other. And if we can see here, let me turn that over, there are only 2 cables down here that go through into these end corresponding, the rest are all left blank. And the reason they're being on this pins 1 and 2 over here and not the rest is due to this other cable that we picked up from Amazon, and this comes as a pair, and I believe its original purpose is to use long reels of Ethernet cable or Cat5, Cat6 cable as an AUX cable, AUX cable, so you could have audio coming from one end, a big joined cable in the middle, and then another one of these on the other end to back into audio again. But we're just using one. Take your multimeter again and touch on the contacts here, 1, 2 and 3, to work out what pins in here they correspond to. So as I just showed you there with our cable, we worked out that in fact it was only pins 1 and 2, which were the ground and the microphone. Ground and a microphone being ground on the base, and a microphone either of these top 2 in this circumstance. I just used the top because I know that to be for sure true. So with that, and a crimping tool, you would need crimping tool and connectors like so. I recommend the ones where the cables poke all the way through at the end, and the tool to have blades to cut it off. That's the easiest way to do it. Once you have that, that just clicks in together, goes into the audio, which goes into Zello. This goes into the radio. And at this point, we can go onto menu, set. I've gone the wrong way, go this way up to Vox gain, hit menu, and the higher the number, the more sensitive it is. So take it all the way up to 9. I'll just go the other way and then press menu to set it on, and then exit to come back. And this will now, any audio that comes out of the back of the radio will go into the laptop, into Zello. So I will hear that through my network radios, which I have a couple of up here, fantastic, or your mobile phone. And then anything that comes from Zello through the laptop will come out of the speakers and into the front of the radio and vox the radio. So anybody on the radio will also hear us talking through our mobile phone or through the network radio, depending where we have it set. Now, important, don't just send it willy-nilly anywhere. Always have a way to turn this system off. I have all my power supply connected down there in a smart socket, so I can remotely turn all this off. Let's say whilst I'm away, my laptop has blue screen of death and makes that horrible sound. That will be broadcast across the radio, and if you've got it set to a repeater, that's going to cause a lot of trouble and also some breaches of your license. So you must have a way to turn it off remotely and just try and cause as little interference as possible with this. There is a delay with the Vox, which can be a little bit annoying, and there's Roger beeps here and there, which might annoy some other radio users, so please just be careful how you use it and don't annoy people in your area. Any other little questions there, just tap it down and let me know. This was my pinning here for the little plastic connectors there that you can find on Amazon. Hope it helps. Like I say, any questions, just ask me there and I'll try and answer them for you.